Camera manufacturers are notorious for using influencer marketing. And there are some influencers that actually give you their opinion about cameras, and there are some that just read from the script. Today, we're going to talk about 5 ways you can instantly tell you're being fed some BS by camera manufacturers. Stay tuned. What's going on, guys? My name is Ty Turner, and this is your first time on this channel. This channel is about turning your passion into profit. It's about the business side of content creation. And here we talk a little bit about gear and things like that. And today we got a really interesting topic because it's something that you need to know. You need to know as a viewer when camera manufacturers are feeding you BS. And they do it well these days using platforms like YouTube. I'm going to tell you how to instantly spot when you're being fed that BS so that you can make better buying decisions. Let's start with number 5. Number 5 is all of your favorite YouTubers have hands-on videos the day of the announcement. The camera don't come out for another 8 weeks, but you have hands-on video? You're walking around Central Park with the review? Okay, that's a little different. That means camera manufacturers provided you with a free camera in exchange for a good video. They've probably signed an NDA so it don't release until the announcement has been made, but it's made to have a good impression on that camera. You never see a negative one, ever. Number 4 is every video you see cover the exact same talking points. The exact same talking points. You'll see stuff like, it has this feature, but it won't be available until a firmware release coming in February. It has this many stops of dynamic range, raw, blah, blah. They'll have the exact same talking points. Not features, but talking points. Understand the difference. So they're not just talking about what the camera has, but they're talking about how to use it. This eye focus is great with cats, but not dogs. That's something that the manufacturer is providing for the YouTuber. One of the examples is how Canon kind of led with the R5 being 8K and didn't allow any of those with pre-production models to really talk about the limitations of 8K. Not until 1 or 2 people kind of broke the mold and talked about it. Then everybody wanted to kind of softly address it. Number 3 is all of the video or images is of some beautiful jungle or mountain or place the average person never goes. It is easy to take a beautiful picture of a sunset behind the pyramids of Egypt. Anybody can do it. I can do it with an iPhone. But if all of the images and videos you're giving me are of remote places somewhere, that doesn't convince me that the camera is good. Show me skin tone. Show me an environment that's lit. Show me something that the average photographer will use or average videographer will use on a daily basis. Stop showing me remote jungles that I'll never visit. Number 2 is YouTubers who are known to be fanboys don't see any flaws in the camera. They get a camera and it is absolutely perfect. Multiple YouTubers used the Canon R5 and they talked about 8K. In the beginning, none of them talked about overheating. They talked about how great the image was and how you can grade it and it's so perfect and you need this SD card. Nobody talked about the overheating feature until 1 or 2 guys came out and kind of blew it out of the water. There's a reason why that happened. There is a pay structure that a lot of people don't talk about. Usually when you receive a camera alone, they'll give you some points to talk about. And you can do that. But if you receive the camera plus compensation, you're going to say what they want you to say. And often a lot of people believe these YouTubers and believe that there is no flaws in a camera. And usually it's YouTubers with millions of subscribers. They get really big checks to promote these products. Now, I have nothing against brand ambassadors. There are some brands that I would love to be ambassadors for simply because I believe in their products. But there are certain cameras that have flaws, and you have to talk about what the camera is not designed for. If you come across a video or a YouTuber that has multiple videos on this particular camera and they don't address that, you're being fed some BS by a camera manufacturer. Hey, pause for a second. I know you're in the middle of something dope, but I want to make sure I tell you about a course over at FlashFilm Academy that changed the game for me. It literally took my business from attracting mostly low-end clients to consistently landing bigger clients with bigger budgets. It's called the 5 Key Steps for Creating an Effective Portfolio That Converts. If you're a photographer, videographer, editor, or graphic designer, this course teaches you how to take what your brand does well and present those things in a way to help the client understand how your brand can help solve their problem. This course isn't just about editing, but helping you understand that when clients are trying to make a decision on why or even if they should work with you, blasting them with your best video clips set to music just won't cut it anymore. It doesn't set you apart, show value, or help buyers in the process of making a decision. This course teaches you how to create a commercial for your brand, providing a first impression that will help you 10x your ability to land clients. Remember, if you can't effectively tell your story, clients won't hire you to effectively tell their story. Create a demo reel that sells the client before you even speak to them. Go ahead, click the link. Let's get started. The number one way to know that you're being fed some BS by camera manufacturers through your favorite YouTubers is they talk about features that won't be available until future updates and firmwares. Well, how do you know this? That's because the camera manufacturer wants you to sell features that aren't available that will be available at the time of launch or coming soon. It's important that these camera manufacturers sell this as a 4K 60 camera, even though it only comes as 4K 30 now, and it won't be able to capture 4K 60 frames a second until a firmware release 6 months from now. But they want you to push that as a selling feature because they have you under contract, and that's what they want you to do. So looking at the 5 points I've given you, if you look at a video and they're talking about a camera and they fall within these 5 areas, just be careful. I usually wait till cameras hit the market and multiple people have them before I make a buying decision on that camera. Here are some honorable mentions. On YouTube, from your favorite YouTubers, you will never see a head-to-head comparison between the camera and something that's comparable. It's usually last year's model or something that is completely inferior to that particular camera. You won't see it go head to head with this direct competitor before launch because they want all that pre-launch money and those pre-sales, and they want big launch days so that they can get that big old jackpot. And then we can talk about how it compares to other cameras in its price point. I've had camera manufacturers reach out to me to test their products, and I had to sign a form that says, hey, I won't compare it to the latest and greatest. I will compare it to your last model to show the improvements that you're advertising. I know how that works. Another honorable mention is you'll hear terms like, this isn't the final release copy, or this is just beta software. I can't really talk about image quality because this isn't the final firmware, but the image quality looks great. Trust my word on it. You'll hear things like that in video reviews, talking about different products and cameras, and be leery of that. I usually, like I said earlier, I wait till things are out and people who spent their hard-earned money make a review about a video to tell me whether or not they're going to send it back or they're going to keep it. You'd be surprised at how many people say, I'm sending this joker back. It's okay, but it's not what I thought. Be very careful when it comes to that. You don't got to be the first person with it. Trust me, you can save a lot of money just giving it a week or two before you jump into it. What they want is pre-sales. That's what they want. All right, guys, if you learned anything from this video, please make sure you hit that like button. If you know of a term that you hear on a lot of hands-on first look preview videos that seems a little weird because you're hearing it in multiple places, please post those in the comments below. I would love to hear about them. All right, guys, I will see you guys in the next video.